live from Owen Roberts International Airport in Grand Cayman. It's Runway DFW at large. So welcome to the Cayman Islands. Whoops. I forgot that I put that on a loop. It's Walt here with you, and we have just seen arriving American Flight 350 from Charlotte. There it is. We come to you with the very kind cooperation of the Cayman Island Airports Authority. And we are on a deck overlooking the place where the planes come in, the apron where they taxi to and get service. So we should have some nice views for you today. This is an Airbus A319 coming in from Charlotte. The highlight, well, I don't know if it's the highlight, but the biggest plane we'll see today is British Airways 777 coming in from Jamaica, I believe, by way of London, or coming in from London by way of Jamaica, I should say. Now, this is not our normal base of operations. And in fact, I have Mrs. Runway DFW to thank for encouraging me to come out and do this. So we're on vacation. There's Don. He has no idea where the islands are. We're kind of to the southwest of Cuba. And I had meant to make a map, but I didn't get around to it, so sorry about that. Ronald Smith says, how cool is this? Grand Cayman. Kiwi whispers, man with a camera through the trees. Well, this is the best view we could get. So we'll be peeking through some palm trees for sure, but yeah, it's okay. Now, we're not going to be here for very long, but this should be a busy hour. The next flight in is Cayman Airways Express from Cayman Brac, the sister islands here to Grand Cayman. That'll be a Saab 340. Don't know how old that one is, but that will be here in just a couple minutes. It says here, I thought. If we peek over here, we also have some obstruction, but it's one of the Cayman Airways planes. Now, Cayman Airways has a fleet of, I think they're all MAX 8 jets that fly to places in the US and Canada, to Cuba, to Havana, to some locations in Central America. And that came in just as we were setting up. We also have United Flight 753 from Houston. It's a daily flight from Houston. That's a 737-900 ER. That is, it's about to arrive. Let's turn our main camera around and we'll watch that come in. Actually, I think we want to be over here to watch it come in. I'm a little turned around. Beg pardon. Now, we're not going to get a fully clear shot of the incoming flights. Jen Jones 43 says, hi, y'all. Kiwi Whisper says, I don't see anything direct from DFW. Did you have to transit? Well, American Airlines flies once a week round trip to Cayman. Our schedule didn't allow us to do that, so we came here via Charlotte, and we're going back via Miami, and we're leaving tomorrow on a jet plane. So I see that we've had some dropped frames, and that's a technical term for when you're not seeing everything, when you're not getting all the images that we're trying to send you. So bear with us. We're recording this so that in case we just kind of crash here, we'll keep recording and we'll put this up as a higher quality presentation. So hopefully things will work out. It was kind of an experiment, and as I said, the Airport Authority was very nice. I wrote them a letter and asked if we could do this, and they said no problem. So I see the United plane coming in. I don't know if we can see it from this angle. It came in over there. This is a semi-obstructed view, but I'm very appreciative that we could get this working. Here's some passengers coming off the American flight from Charlotte. Rolando says, nice surprise, Walt. Thank you. Oh, and you know what? The reason why you don't know where we are is I have yet to put up our little bug with the time on it. So let me get to that. Did we have that? No, we can put that up. Here we go. Now you should be able to see where we are. Now, of course, when you see that, it doesn't mean that you know where we are. We are in Grand Cayman, the town of Georgetown, which is the capital of the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands consists of 3 islands: Grand Cayman, where we are, Little Cayman, which is the smallest of the 3, and Cayman Brac. Cayman Airways flies to the sister islands using smaller aircraft, which we should be seeing pretty soon. Other airlines that fly here include Delta, JetBlue. JetBlue took off just as we were getting set up. Once again, this United plane coming in from Houston, Texas. It's an 11-year-old 737-900. And while the American Airlines passengers had to negotiate stairs, United is presenting its passengers with this ramp. All right, we've got Cayman Airways Flight 4008 from Cayman Brac. This will be the Saab that we talked about a few moments ago. Again, we're going to have to peek through the palm trees. Cayman Airways doesn't currently fly to DFW Airport, although they have in the past, usually on a seasonal basis, so we may see them again. If you're just joining us, welcome into Runway DFW at large. Today coming to you from Owen Roberts International Airport in the Cayman Islands. There's 757 Chip says, wow, I haven't seen a Saab for a long time. I recall traveling on them when American Turkey or Eagle flew them on the West Coast. And we're talking about that ramp on the United plane. It says a ramp is a great way to deplane. I've seen this used at airports in the Philippines. Yeah, I mean, obviously it takes up a little more room in moving things about. It's a little less compact, but I think for passengers who may be accustomed to a jetway, that's probably a nice way to get off a plane. Ronald Smith talking about the Saab. Says so many memories of American Eagle flying them from Longview to and from DFW. And there it is. And I wish I could tell you how old this plane is, but maybe another source has that, but Flight Radar 24 does not. Carla Longerbeam says, wasn't expecting this. How beautiful, Walt. Much better than my 62nd birthday this past Friday. Wait a minute. Did you say the word birthday? Well, even though we're on a tropical island, we still have our little birthday music to play. So happy birthday, Carla, and everybody else who's celebrating a birthday this week. Chris informs us that that Saab is 26 years old. So let's see, that makes it, I want to say something along the lines of, dial this up a little bit.
1998!
It may have been a little too loud, but thank you, singers. Bry Guy says, my birthday coming this Sunday, so happy birthday to you, and you're quite welcome, Carla. Ron C. says, I always had 2 checked bags and a carry one when I went diving in Grand Cayman. Well, Mrs. Runway DFW and I, we're not divers, but we do snorkel, and she loves the snorkel, and so I was glad that she got to catch up on her snorkeling, because it's been I think 10 years since we've been here, maybe more. We've been here many times, but it's been quite a while since we got a chance to come back, and grown quite a bit has this island. Should I give you a little taste of 7 Mile Beach? Here's 7 Mile Beach. We were walking along there earlier this afternoon when I took that video. Looks inviting, doesn't it? Very calm waters, great snorkeling. So, and we got a Chamber of Commerce day here today. We got some puffy clouds, but earlier in the week when we were here, well, we got here on Friday, and there was a lot of rain on Friday and into Saturday. That was a recorded picture. This is back to live now. But even through the rain, we got to do a little swimming. We got to walk the beach. It was fun. So there's a crew on the ramp of that American flight that came in from American A319 that came in from Charlotte. Let's see, let me look at my radar here. This obviously is not going to be as action-packed as some of our broadcasts are. Simply because there's not as many flights, but we get to see some planes, some airlines that we don't ordinarily get to see, and of course among them is Cayman Airways. And they have 2 planes on the tarmac right now, this Saab and a Max 8. So in this hour we expect to see some action, and we do expect also to see coming in from London by way of Kingston, Jamaica, British Airways 777, the biggest plane they currently deal with here at this airport. Lawrence Cope says good evening from a very wet South Wales, UK. Kiwi Whisper says, must have been expensive bringing the singers along on vacation too. Well, listen, there is no expense spared for our Runway DFW viewers. You know that. And I'm sorry that we didn't have more, a bigger alert ahead of time for this broadcast. But it just happened that, you know, it took a while for all the dots to be dotted and the T's to be crossed. And I didn't get word until kind of mid-afternoon until that yes, we can do this. So. Ron C says, 777, a big plane and a little airport. Yes, indeed. Ty says, this is awesome. Thank you. And we thank you for watching. So we're scanning the skies for our next plane coming in. I'm seeing today, of course, that we have had word from Spirit Airlines that they've declared bankruptcy. They will continue operations. I don't think Spirit operates any flights into here. If they do, it's not very often. Maybe once a week or something, I don't know. But I haven't seen any. A Few Trains At says, good evening all from a bitterly cold Cheshire. Trying to snow here, and there's snow where my mum and sister are in Derbyshire. Weather looks warmer where you are. Yes, indeed it is. I was trying to find a reference for that. Let me see if I can get the forecast here. Weather. I know I should have it on the screen. 82 degrees Fahrenheit here in Georgetown, and it's windy. Wind gusts are up to 20 miles an hour today. Sunset at 5:46, so a little more than an hour until sunset here. And this will not be one of our longer broadcasts. We take a look at the fueling of the United 737-900 there. Not something we ordinarily get to see or to show you. So there's the fuel truck is there. John M says hello. Hello, John. Jane Welshie lady, cold, wet, snowy UK at the moment. Hasn't stopped raining. David in Sandy Resort says beautiful area. Thank you, Walt. So glad to share this with you. Matthew Allen says hello, everyone. And Ron C says an actual fuel truck. The catering truck is pulling back. It's gotten that flight all loaded up for its return to, I'm assuming, Houston. I don't know. Go back to that beautiful Saab once again. Did we lose our little blue dot here? There's our little blue dot. How are people to know what they're watching? Well, while we're waiting for things to happen, let me play this. We've got a little bit of a... Can kind of show you our arrival here on Friday. And behind the lens here is Mrs. Runway DFW. I let her sit in the window seat, so she was able to grab the shots of our arrival on the island. And as I said, it was kind of a rainy Friday afternoon when we arrived from Charlotte. Grand Cayman, not very big. I mean, it's what, about 20 miles across, I think, end to end. And quite a developed island nation. I believe it's a protectorate of the UK, but they don't have pounds here. They do have we had a plane taking off here, so I interrupted that. They have Cayman Island dollars, and it's a pretty steady exchange rate. I think it's like 80 US cents to one Cayman Islands dollar. So you see the prices, and they look pretty good, except you got to know that you're paying about 20 cents more per dollar when you are paying in US. So we'll see how quickly they turn around that plane. Greg McKinnon says, I would assume that airport serves quite a number of business jets. I haven't seen, well, I think I saw one. Yeah, I don't know. And of course, this is a Monday, and I would guess that, and that plane we just saw taking off, I believe, was a de Havilland DHC-6-300 Twin Otter. Wow, it was a 48-year-old plane. I don't even have our jingle singers don't even know how to go back that far. But that's what happens when you go to these smaller airports and more remote places. You see stuff that you don't often see at the big airports. Oliver Garrett wants to know, are we going to Honolulu? I don't know. We'll see. Honolulu's pretty well covered with reverse ops, I gotta say. Daniel Vaught says, greetings from Dusseldorf in Germany. Hello, Daniel. Steve Madison says, hello, Walt and everyone from a cold and snowy northern Scotland. Are you sensing a theme with the UK weather this week? Yeah, I kind of am. Doesn't sound good. All right, I see on the radar now British Airways Flight 253 coming in from Nassau. And this is going to get a bonus. It's got the One World livery on it. So a British Airways 777, 15 years old. It's now about 8 minutes away. So it'll be fun to see where they park that. I guess probably, well, I don't know. We are going to find out, as this will be the biggest plane we have a chance to see from here today. Lori Smith says, cool surprise view. How long is your stay? Have fun. We will be here until tomorrow, what, about 1 o'clock, I think, is when we leave. We go to Miami for about 4 hours for a layover there. There's the Cayman Islands flag. As you can see, it incorporates the UK flag, and it's got its own seal on there somewhere. Come on, wind. Yeah. All right. See if we can peek into the cockpit of the United plane. We don't usually get this close to aircraft. Colin Buckley says, hey Walt, hope you weren't at Love Field on Friday night, or if you were, you have an alibi. Yeah, I heard about that. He's referring to an incident, and of course it's a serious incident in which a Southwest Airlines plane was struck by gunfire as it was getting ready to take off. It returned to the gate. Nobody was hurt, thankfully. But that's a scary thing, and you know, we've heard recently about, I think it was a JetBlue airliner and a Spirit plane trying to land in Haiti that got hit by gunfire. And you know, you might expect that in Haiti, but in Dallas, that's pretty scary. Okay, 5 minutes away for the British Airways 777. Smoked and Sliced Barbecue says DFW got a complete makeover just like that, LOL. I knew Dallas was quick at rebuilding things, but that was super quick. Yeah, we've got more of a tropical theme here at the airport. Swaying palms, trade winds, planes we don't normally see. Thank you, Roger Campbell, for a $10 Canadian Super Chat. Hello from Newfoundland. Best wishes to Walt and all. Thank you, Roderick. And Ralph wants to know who I got permission from to leave the great state of Texas and head to warmer climes. Well, a plane coming in right now, but it's not the one we were advertising. Where is it? It has propellers, I know that. I believe that is the de Havilland, Canada, DH-6-300 Twin Otter. I think it's the one we saw taking off earlier. And it has returned. Yeah, it just kind of made a loop. So I don't know if it was having a problem. But that is a plane from the year 1976. I think we're going to see it take off again. Smoke a Slice Barbecue. I did a great job with the decorating. Well, thank you. Okay, we are on the lookout now for this big old British Airways plane. Let's see. I'm going to try something here. See how far we can move this camera out. So our secondary camera is now kind of looking almost right into the sun, but at least we'll get some shot of the 777 as it comes in. Dior Snardia? No, Snidaria, says very nice waltz. Thank you. And 182QKFTW says that the Twin Otter are great aircraft for getting in and out of tight spots. I could only imagine. So we're on it's kind of a very nice patio area here at the Owen Roberts International Airport. And once again, just to remind you, you're watching Runway DFW at large, live and in color from Owen Roberts International Airport in Cayman, Grand Cayman. Yes, a little surprise. This is Runway DFW and I were on vacation, and I thought, well, you know, maybe I can get a stream in while we're here. We're only here for 4 days, and the airport's been very nice to accommodate us. The Cayman Islands Airport Authority. So thanks to them and their security team. We should be seeing this big bird very shortly. Chip says, Walt at large in a small airport. Well, here it comes, coming in low. And with a mighty roar comes the big aircraft. I don't know what this runway is capable of handling and what the biggest plane that has been here is. I don't know. A few trains out says, have you hired a car whilst there? If so, how's driving on the other side of the road? Well, I have some experience in doing that. In fact, I'm much better at driving on a right-hand drive car. My downfall is always the turn signal versus the windshield wiper activator. But I haven't made any fatal mistakes as far as driving on what we would consider the wrong side of the road. But I don't know, it's kind of quaint. Cayman Airways Express is coming in from Georgetown. I'm sorry, coming in from Little Cayman, the smallest of the 3 Cayman Islands. It's going to be another Twin Otter. I saw that our friends at Sid Squad have been broadcasting from Sydney for the last couple of days. From a place that I was not. I tried several places. They found another place, which seems like a good place. I'll have to do my research as to where that was. I think I have an idea. But good stuff from our pals at Sid Squad. Daniel suggests that the 777 is the largest for that runway. I would guess that's probably right. Again, this came in from London by way of Kingston, Jamaica. So it's going to park over there, I guess, huh? And this, I think, is it's not a daily service, but I think it's like a 5-day or maybe a 6-day-a-week service. I know that it didn't come in yesterday, and so I was keen to see this at least come in. So now we have on Runway DFW at large at Owen Roberts International Airport in, I almost said Texas, in the Cayman Islands. Lawrence Cope says British Airways 777, the largest plane to Grand Cayman, but expansion plans to take bigger planes. And that's according to Wikipedia. A few trains out says seems you are very lucky with the BA flight. Think they're having IT issues causing delays, according to the press. And it is parked in a place where we don't see too much of it besides the tail there, as you can gather. And just take you a look around where we're at. We're kind of on a patio overlooking the main terminal here. And behind the glass there is going to be the home of the future restaurant, I was told by our security guard, whose name is Randy, and thank you, Randy, for that information. We have another Twin Otter here. This is the one coming in from Little Cayman. Doesn't need quite as much runway as the 777 does. And in very short order, we're going to have another Cayman Airways plane coming in from Panama City. It'll be a MAX 8, flight 853. It's going to be here in about 3 minutes. Chip says those Twin Otters are really cool. Don't think I've ever traveled in one. Let's see if we can give you any information about this one here. That is a 45-year-old aircraft. Do not have a jingle for that one. Dior says, "Hey Waltz, thanks so much. One of these days you should plane spot at my island nation, Jamaica Montego Bay Airport. They have quite a wide variety of airlines landing there." Well, we'll take that into consideration. You know, I don't travel as much as I'd like to be able to as we await the arrival of the Cayman Airways MAX 8 coming in from Panama City. A few trains in has been looking at a map and finding out that there's a road next to the airport named after the town I live in, Crew Road. I do that too. When I see a stream from an unfamiliar airport. An hour and 37-minute flight from Panama City. On a 2-year-old MAX 8. So while Cayman Airways has some older propeller planes, they've got among the most modern jet-fueled aircraft. Randy is... Oh, hang on a second. I was just checking with our host from the security team here to make sure that we're not overstaying our welcome. We're not going to be here as long as we normally do a broadcast from. But the Island Airports Authority to let us hang out and watch the planes come in and go out. And the American plane, American Airlines 74 is now starting to board for their return trip. Chip said, seems like a lot of passengers needing to go through customs. How was that experience, Walt? Well, it was, I didn't have any complaints. I think, I'm trying to remember if there were any other planes that were deplaning as we were at that time. But you know, you get to an island, you're kind of laid back and you're just kind of whatever. So just to let our affiliates know, there's a plane rocketing into the sky. Just to let our affiliates know, we'll be here probably for another 20 minutes or so. We will have exhausted most of the action, and I don't want to be discourteous to our hosts. And there will also be no chat extravaganza today. So here's a look at Sir Turtle, the peg-legged pirate turtle mascot of Cayman Airways, where it proudly says the first 737B or 8 in the Caribbean. There's the tail of the aircraft. A colorful affair. I think the country's motto is "He hath founded upon the seas," or something like that. Let's see if we can see this. 730, first 737-8 in the Caribbean. See if we got anything else arriving. No, nothing arriving. The flight to Charlotte in front of us is not due out for another half hour or so. Got one more. Got a flight to Cayman Brac. Cayman Airways Express, and I think that probably is going to be our final plane of the day. Sandy Fireworks says, Walt, if you fix the video turning black and white for a moment and then the audio cutting off, not saying this is happening, just curious. Well, I'm transmitting at a very much lower bit rate today. Technically, that means I'm not trying to send out as much stuff as I could potentially transmit. And what that means is that it's taxing the equipment less and also our connection less. So, we have had a couple of dropped frames today, but not too many. The United flight is starting to board. So passengers are waving goodbye to Paradise here to go back to wherever they need to. Well, it's going back to Houston. And meanwhile, passengers on the American flight are similarly headed back to Charlotte. Cayman Airways Express Flight 4009 warming up to go back to Cayman Brac. It's a Saab 340. Which I think we determined earlier is 26 years old. Daniel says those wheelchair accessible movable gates are interesting. Never saw that anywhere in Germany. I've only seen that a couple of times myself, Daniel. There's Flugelschaft. Hello, Flugelschaft. Hey, Walt, great holidays with plane spotting combination. Thank you. Well, we have some action here just before the top of the hour. If you just happen to poke your head in, you're watching Runway DFW at large live from Owen Roberts International Airport in Grand Cayman. Cayman Islands, 3 islands. This is the biggest of the 3. And I lost my train of thought there. I'm pleased that we had as much activity as we did here for a Monday. You know, you would think that maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be the big travel days here. I want to have a special shout out to Randy, our security guard who has been watching over us. Randy Ebanks is his name, and Ebanks is a very big family name here in the Cayman Islands. And Randy says he was a professional photographer for many years as well. Get this other Cayman plane taking off. It's about, what, I think 80 miles or 100 miles to the east of here. And again, these islands are kind of southwest of Cuba, to kind of put it in perspective for you. And I remember when Mrs. Runway DFW and I visited Cayman Brac, we walked out on a dock in Cayman Brac, and so you have to understand this is out in the middle, literally in the middle of nowhere in the sea, The sky was inky black, and we saw more stars that night than we'll ever see in our life. Okay, so we had two planes being boarded. The American Airlines flight right in front of us, cleaning its nose at us, is on the radar. This is scheduled to go out at 5:35, and it's a little later than be here. We're about 45 minutes advantage of our position here, and very grateful to our hosts. So maybe we'll get to do this again sometime. So right now is here, two Cayman Airways MAX 8s, a United Airlines Airbus A319, which you see there, and 777. I think we can just make out the glimmering tail of it from our position. There it is. Kevin Mottershaw says, hey Walt from the UK. Oh, didn't see description, but ought to be somewhere very different, very nice. Yes, the Cayman Islands, which is of course a UK protectorate. It looks like this Twin Otter is going to be here for a little while. It's all coned off and closed up and got tags on its engines and door and other things, so I think it's maybe it's finished for the night. Right below us, we've got passengers who have come off the Cayman Airways plane from Panama City. And it looks like the United plane is about to get pushed back. Kevin says, are the little jump glitches your end, Walt, or me? It's probably, I don't know. I'm not seeing them on my screen, but we have had dropped frames on our broadcast, and again, I'm recording this locally, so I may upload this separately in a higher quality. So yes, several of our viewers are saying that they're seeing that, so I apologize for that. Carlos Garcia says, good evening, Walt. What a great surprise to get me through the end of my workday. I'm very happy we could do that. So I don't see the United plane well, it's not all buttoned up yet, and they've still got cones around it, so I guess they're just getting the tug ready for the pushback. So once again, this United plane is supposed to go out at 5, well, it's estimated now at 5:48. So I think the next plane we see, well, That flight to Cayman Brac was the last plane I think we're going to see, unfortunately. The cargo hold on this United plane is, or this cargo hold anyway, is open, so I guess maybe they haven't yet deposited the luggage in there. And they still have the boarding ramp all in place. So you know what, I think, in order to not wear out our welcome, I think we're going to have to call it a day here at Owen Roberts International Airport. And I was going to play some music, so let me do this. The Peacock A380 says, that looks like fun, Walt. It was fun. Lance Cole says, hello, Walt. Great to see you in the sun. Nice ramp action. It's freezing cold and dark here in Southwest England. Well, that's going to do it for us for this special broadcast. I want to thank once again our friend Randy, who was our security guard from the Cayman Island Airports Authority, which authorized our presence here on the deck overlooking the planes. Thanks so much to everybody here at the airport. Very warmly welcomed, and I think we'll be back sometime. So thanks for watching Runway DFW at large. Where's our little title here? Oh, I know where it is. Here it is. So we'll be back soon with another edition of Runway DFW, this time from probably DFW Airport or Love Field, somewhere along those lines. Maybe later this week, once we get all recovered from our vacation. One last look at the lineup here at Owen Roberts International Airport. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon on Runway DFW.